Hey guys, it's Fancy and you're watching the Good Wives Network, and I said that I would come out with another video about the other piece of information that I found, the other document that I found. So it's a certification, a health records affidavit and certification, and it is a request that was made after the schmurder, the unaliving. So let's take a look at it and let me break it down for you guys. Okay, so like I said, this is an affidavit and certification of the health records. This is Mercy Springfield Hospital, and this is being requested after the schmurder. So this is Mike Stanfield and Gypsy requesting her records after the schmurder to prove that the Munchausen by proxy and all of that goes on, right? Well, I want you to look at this date that they're requesting from, though. Do you see that date? They are only requesting all archived records and hospital clinics after 2009. 2009. And then this woman has to certify that she sent the right ones. She has to have it notarized by another lady, the notary public, and she's got to tell them exactly what she's sending them. And she sent them 355 pages. And they are the exact duplicates of the original records of the patient at this facility during the periods mentioned above. All right, that's very, very important. So as we all know, Gypsy was seen in Mercy Springfield hospitals from 2005 on. So there's from 2004 or 2005 to 2009 that they're not requesting. There's 4 whole years that they are not requesting on purpose. They did not request 2005 through 2008. I wonder why. Could it possibly be because in 2009, it's when you get the actual Munchausen by proxy statement by Dr. Flasterstein that you were looking for? And if you would have included any of the records previous to 2009, it would prove to you and to the court and to the jury and to anyone else that that was some bullshit. Some bullshit. Bullshit. So Dr. Steele, again, he admits in prison confessions that he knew Gypsy was 14 years old when he met her in 2005. Yet he and Beckerman, both knowing her real age, her real birth date for years and years and years, have some of the worst record keeping of all of them. Birth dates change on the same piece of paper. Up at the top, it's like 93. Down at the bottom, it's hard-coded as 95. And then in the middle, it's got a totally different description of how old she is that doesn't match either one of these things. It's one of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Yeah, but it seems to happen a lot with Dr. Beckerman and Dr. Steele. Why is that what we're seeing here? I think, allegedly, in my opinion, for entertainment educational purposes only, that these two doctors were very well aware of how old Gypsy was, exactly what conditions she did and did not have. They knew that her mother was not abusing her. They sent her to numerous surgeries, numerous clinics. That is what they did. All the referrals came out of those two doctors, Dr. Steele and Dr. Beckerman. And every single one of those, I believe, may be part of the problem with the hardwire codes of 1995 and 1993 and all of those are because they would send them over with the birth dates, and Gypsy would forget what age they told her, so she'd just tell them a whole nother age, and they'd just chart it down. Now, the hospital caught this twice. But as in my last video, they didn't catch it in 2012. It actually went all the way through to Medicaid, and Medicaid kicked it back. And it specifically notated that the PO number, or the PX number, did not correspond with the PAT. And that is patient information. And that could be birth date, gender, a variety of different things. But I'm thinking birth date might be the one. Even diagnosis wrong for whatever it is that you're trying to get can set that off. And so that could be another thing. Maybe they were diagnosing things they didn't need to diagnose and getting things done that they didn't need to have done. But at no time was Gypsy ever given procedures that she participated in that she did not need. Not ever. Not one time. So I think it's very interesting that, they're only requesting records from 2009 on, and 2009 is where Munchausen by proxy is found. Did you do any other digging, folks? Did you think to look any further? No, you didn't. Yeah. Maybe you should have done that with, requesting the records yourselves, officers. I don't know. But something ain't right in Dodge. Okay? Something is afoot at the Quickie Mart. And I'm having a hard time trying to figure out exactly what the fraud was for. Why there would be changing birth dates, because it just doesn't make sense. Not within the story they've told, and not within the likelihood of everything else that we know. It's one of the things I can't reconcile, and I can't figure out who is the person doing this, because in no way, shape, or form was Dee Dee benefiting from it. Other than getting the trips and things, or the conferences that they got to go to. Maybe that was it. I don't know. I'm really, really trying hard to find what the con was for. Because it's not like they were laying high on the hog. It's not like Dee Dee had designer purses and clothes. And no, their house was mismatched hand-me-downs and all that. So I'm really failing to understand where the con is. And I'm beginning to wonder who was behind the real pieces of this that are wrong. Because I'm sorry, I don't think Dee Dee did this all by herself. I just don't. There has got to be more going on here that we just can't put our fingers on as to exactly what these doctors were doing with her. Gypsy or Dee Dee, either one. But they certainly weren't doing what they claimed. They were not doing MBP. There is no way. Gypsy was sick. She had real problems. She still has real problems. And her mother was making sure that those real problems got addressed properly. And they did. And it saved her life and helped her be the person she is today with her eyesight and her hearing and all of those things. Because if Mama hadn't had those things done for you, sweetheart, you would not be healthy today at all. And you're not completely healthy, despite the fact that you try to let everybody know that you are. Stop pretending that you're unscathed by this microdeletion. I don't know what your renewed thing for coming at the medical records again is for, other than me putting out more records. I don't know. But, honey, that ship sailed, and ain't nobody buying your freaking tall tale anymore. Have a good one from The Good Wife, serving up true crime, one dish at a time. Bye, guys. Mwah. Don't forget to buy our book. Don't forget to check out thegoodwivesnetwork.com and follow us over on YouTube. We'll be putting a lot more long-form content over there. Bye, guys.